Colorado's congressional districts are getting a makeover. One of the largest communities in our state hopes it gives them more representation in politics.
It's National Suicide Prevention Week. Children are taking their own lives at an alarming rate. A first-of-its-kind program in Colorado aims to change that. There are big changes to the newest proposed redistricting map in Colorado. Colorado's nonpartisan Redistricting Commission released its new proposed congressional map on Friday night, and it looks quite different from the first released earlier this summer. Now, one of the most notable changes are in the second district, outlined in green there. This proposed map has the potential to put Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert up against Democratic Congressman Joe Neguse.
9 News reporter Victoria De Leon looks at some of the other changes made and what it could mean for Colorado's growing Latino community.
This is what the first redistricting draft of Colorado's new 8 congressional districts looked like. The Colorado Independent Redistricting Commission released this plan in June. Then came the new 2020 census numbers and input from public comment submissions. Now the map looks like this.
Geographically, the big really differences are in pushing the new proposed 8th congressional district a little bit up north.
Dr. Robert Proyce, a professor and chair of political science at MSU Denver, helped us break down the changes.
The other one that, of course, everyone's looking at is how that 3rd congressional district was drawn. It keeps Pueblo in the district, which means there's some Democratic support, and that also will probably make for maybe a tighter race no matter what.
Dr. Proyce also pointed to the increase in political power the new map gives to Colorado's Hispanic Latino population. The proposed 8th district has a 38% Hispanic population across Adams, Denver, Larimer, and Weld County.
I believe that gives us a much better chance of Latino voters plus like-minded voters who agree with Latinos on at least some of their issues to be able to put together a majority in an election.
Mike Cortez with the Latino nonprofit Claro says this new map is an improvement from the first draft.
We're not seeing our communities being divided by district lines as much as they were initially. So we're very pleased about that.
These maps aren't finalized, but Cortez says the state's second largest ethnic group deserves representation in politics. And that could start with these maps.
But from what we've seen so far, they're a great improvement over what the staff did when this process started.
So tomorrow, the redistricting plan will be presented to the Colorado Independent Congressional Redistricting Commission. They have until September 8th to approve the plan. The commission will hold virtual public hearings from Tuesday through Friday for people to give feedback on the newest map. So again, these plans could still change.
All right, Victoria De Leon, thank you for reporting.
A hiker from Aurora is safe after he had to be rescued on a trail near Nederland last night. The 41-year-old and his wife were hiking Devil's Thumb Trail when she called for help. She said her husband became sick and was getting cramps and they couldn't make it back down the trail. It took rescue crews about 6 hours to get them out. They say that the man appeared dehydrated but did not need further medical assistance. A good reminder for all of us, take plenty of water on the trails. Especially as we start getting back into the 90s this week, right, Danielle?
Oh, big time, you guys. The heat is on as we dive into the Labor Day holiday tomorrow. We're going to be seeing these temperatures climb even more. Mid-90s tomorrow. And then once again, that September heat wave continues for most of next week. This afternoon, if you've been out and about, I'm sure you felt the heat too. What a perfect day to be out there on Horsetooth Reservoir. Been watching the boats zipping around, having too much fun. Downtown Denver, you're looking okay. Certainly in the distance, you can see a lot of that haze hugging the foothills. And once again, we will be monitoring poor air quality across the Front Range and even further to the southward Colorado Springs. And Ozone Action Day continuing for us through at least tomorrow afternoon. We're now at 86 out at DIA, some low 90s in Greeley, 80s, 90s across the eastern plains, 79 in Kremling, upper 70s towards Steamboat Springs, and low 80s around Buena Vista and Alamosa. Next couple of hours, we'll still hold steady in the mid to upper 80s, and then we have crystal clear skies as we cool things off overnight. Perhaps you want to open up the windows, let in some of that fresh air. Tonight on HD Doppler 9, really not a lot going on with the exception of the far extreme southeastern corner of the state. That really has been about it for seeing 1 or 2 isolated storms. The metro area has been dry. We stay dry throughout the rest of this afternoon. into this evening. So coming up, we'll be talking more about that sizzling hot Labor Day forecast. If you're going to be out and about by the pool or perhaps doing a barbecue, I'll let you know how we're looking. And then that summer heat, guys, it hangs on for dear life as we look ahead toward next week. How hot do we get? I'll let you know in just a few minutes.
Thank you. Right now, mop-up operations are in progress in Grand County after a wildfire broke out this afternoon. The sheriff's office says it started at the intersection of State Roads 2 and 22 around 3 o'clock. Crews fighting the nearby Black Mountain fire responded. By 4 o'clock, they had the fire knocked down. We were told less than 2 acres have burned.
Across the country this week is dedicated to raising awareness about suicide. And as we mark National Suicide Prevention Week, starting today, the Mental Health Center of Denver is starting a new program specifically for young people. The center says death by suicide among kids is rising in Denver. They say in Denver, suicides among young people are outpacing national stats by nearly 2 to 1. Stay Safe is for Denver County kids between the ages of 12 to 19, and it includes individual and family therapy as well as family support. The center says this is a first of its kind program in Colorado, and if you'd like to learn more about it, just head over to 9news.com. There are a lot of different services for people who might be struggling. Colorado Crisis Services can connect you to a professional counselor. Just call 1-844-493-8255, or you can text the word TALK to 38255.
The 28th annual Taste of Colorado back in action today and tomorrow. This year's event features 3 stages where attendees can listen to music, they can eat food, see local art. It's all happening along the 16th Street Mall this year. They changed it around this year to get some more space there. So if you still want to check it out today, you have until 7:30. It's back open tomorrow from 11 to 7:30. And people are letting out their inner child this weekend too with some chalk art. More than 100 artists are creating temporary pieces for the Denver Chalk Art Festival.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Cherry Creek Arts Festival.
I didn't even know I was going to be the featured artist when I showed up. And then I get here and I'm like, hey, there's the bear. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Totally unplanned. Hi, my name is Randy Segura. Today I'm doing it's a bear with balloons, and he's actually the image on the poster for the Cherry Creek Arts Festival event itself. Yeah. You never know what kind of surface you're gonna get. It affects the process. I mean, like, the rougher the surface, the more complicated the process. But you never know. You work with what you get, you know, is my point. I like that hat you got on. That's pretty cool. But like, this surface doesn't lend itself to drawing lines, and I'm drawing a bear. So, you know, he needs fur. So that kind of, I'll have to figure out how I want to make my lines. But, you know, yeah, it'll still come out good. I'm a professional, I have no choice. It's a process, you know, between the artist and the patron, the viewers. You feed off each other, you know, right? It's good energy. It's like you get a chance as the patron, you know, to be immersed in the artist's studio for a minute. And you get to watch them work and ask them questions and pick their brain if you want to.
That story through the lens of photojournalist Taylor Schuss. Now, the Chalk Art Festival is today and tomorrow. You can go see the artwork in the Northwest parking lot near University Boulevard and First Avenue.